Grayson.
Hey Connor, how are you?
Good to see you, dude.
Please step into my office.
Oh, absolutely. After you.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Grayson, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Absolutely, Connor.
So before we begin, do you mind telling us a little bit about your military service and how you got to Columbia University?
Sure. I served 4 years in the Marine Corps as a military police officer.
Same here.
Absolutely. Very cool. Spent 2 years in Okinawa, Japan on Camp Hansen. From there, went on missions to Mongolia, Philippines, and South Korea. And then spent the last year of my service in San Diego. And I knew that I always wanted to get an education. I started my undergraduate courses overseas in Okinawa. Ended up separating and starting at my local community college in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Nice.
Knew that I wanted more. I wanted to go to a great educational institution. Applied and I found myself at Columbia GS.
So you are the president of Columbia University's MilVets group. Do you mind telling us a little bit about MilVets?
Absolutely. So MilVets is the student organization for all of the veterans at Columbia, with a specific focus on the 500 or so undergraduate veterans currently at the School of General Studies. We advocate for veterans' needs. We facilitate a successful education, and really our focus is to transition veterans into collegiate society and ensure that they succeed afterwards too in professional and corporate society.
So as the president of MilVets, you are well tapped into the veteran community here on campus. That being said, what do you think are some of the benefits that veterans bring to the community here at Columbia University?
Yeah, veterans have such a unique and distinct perspective that they can add to the classroom. And I think something that's so special about Columbia is that we do have the most veterans in the entire Ivy League. And I think that a lot of people, when they separate from the service, they really kind of yearn for that sense of camaraderie and that sense of community that they left in the military. And I think with so many veterans here who are very motivated to get an education, this really kind of fills the gap and kind of brings back that sense of camaraderie.
So speaking of that sense of camaraderie, what other work does MilVets do with other groups on campus, be they student groups or advocacy groups or anything else that is involved that is part of this campus community?
Yeah, so firstly, with our professional endeavors, I wanted to talk about that. We affect veteran career initiatives. So we partner with the top organizations, banks, and firms in New York City to affect veteran hiring initiatives. And this is really this is really what we strive to do, is make sure that veterans gain fruitful employment after they earn their undergraduate degree at Columbia. On top of that, we have many social events. We partner with the General Studies Student Council, with GS Alliance, and we'll hold social events at different restaurants and bars around campus. And we really try to focus on that integration aspect. So it really turns out around half are veterans and half are non-military affiliated GS students. And so it really helps to integrate veterans into collegiate society.
Oh, that's awesome. So what advice do you have for members of the military community who are considering applying to Columbia University?
I think that the one thing I can say if you're considering getting an education like Columbia is to read. Just start reading. I know that when you're in the military, it's really easy just to wake up early, work out, go do your duties, and return back to the barracks and go to sleep. But really try to read. I think becoming a reading and a writer and an orator is really a central part to excelling at Columbia University.
Would you say that your path to Columbia, be it after getting out of the military and starting in community college or your time here, how would you say something like Columbia's core has affected the leader that you obviously are on campus today?
I think that especially today there is such a need to be well versed in a wide variety of topics, and Columbia's core curriculum really gives you the opportunity to explore a variety of topics irrespective of your major. And I think something at Columbia is that you have economics majors, engineering majors who are taking courses in the humanities, who are studying ancient civilizations, and I think that really sets you up for success moving forward.
Enlisted veterans come from a background in leadership. It's just part of the job, as they say. So as somebody who is a leader here on campus, What would you say are the benefits of being in a leadership position, and how would you recommend that veterans who are starting out at Columbia get involved in leadership positions on campus?
Yeah, so you're kind of talking about the point of entry
Yeah.
to giving back to the veteran community.
How did Grayson end up as the president of MilVets, and what are the benefits that come with
Yeah,
that?
so when I was considering about going, when I was trying to transfer, I was at my local community college in San Francisco and was just planning on doing the 2 and 2 and transferring to UC Berkeley. But there was a childhood friend of mine who actually reached out on LinkedIn and really encouraged me to apply to different places. He told me Columbia has a robust, outstanding veteran community, and the one thing that he promised or the one thing that he made me promise to do is, as he helped me through, is to make sure to give back. And I think that as veterans who are trying to enter such a competitive educational environment, is that there are veterans who will definitely help you and who have helped you. So I think it's vitally important to give back, and there's absolutely a myriad of ways you can do that, not only through MilVets, but through Service to School, through Next Step Inbound, through all of these great organizations which really focus on veteran advocacy.
What's just one thing you want to share with the audience?
I think that if you are considering coming to Columbia University, I think it is a really unique and special community. You are right in the center of the financial hub of the world, with so many opportunities. Living in New York City and attending Columbia University, especially as a veteran, is such an invigorating experience. And I know that it may be intimidating during the application process, but just realize you have people to help you. You have organizations that will advocate for you, and everything will work out how it's supposed to.
Are there any specific veteran career-based initiatives that you would want to highlight?
Sure. That I think kind of the highlight of this semester's Veteran Career Initiative is that we had such an incoming class of veterans who were so excited to really be here. And we were able to capitalize upon that, and we implemented a Veteran Career Initiative with Deutsche Bank, where we had 45 undergraduate veterans visit Deutsche Bank's headquarters, go to the trading floor, and meet with their veteran employees who went through the process themselves. And this is just indicative of what we do for Veteran Career Initiatives. And not only that, but Deutsche Bank executives actually helped them through the application process. We just had a group that had all of their resumes reviewed and had interview preparation for the application process. And we do this with several organizations. We started off with Deutsche Bank, and then we had an amazing VCI with Bloomberg for different tech roles and different business and finance roles. And actually tonight we have one with Palantir, where a group of veterans are going to Palantir's headquarters to meet with their veteran employees and discuss employment opportunities with them.
What's the alumni network like in MilVets?
The alumni network is great, and it's robust, and I think it's actually an integral part why we are able to put veterans into such great roles, is because these veterans at Columbia, we have 500 of them, they graduate and they all go on to do amazing things, and they're always looking to give back. I think that's something that you can really tell about the Columbia veteran community, is that they're always looking to give back. So these connections we make are really initiated by alumni who want to hire MilVets, and we're very fortunate to have an alumni network that works in such a wide array of careers. So we're always able to connect people who are interested with specific companies.
Thank you so much for your time, Grayson. This has been really informative, and I'm sure you've helped a lot of people who are considering applying here. Thanks
Great.
again, man.
Absolutely.